Hello guys, welcome to the Data Education Project video tutorial series for the C# programming language in console. And in this session number 8 we are going to learn the one of the important methods of the object oriented programming is the functions. And now we are going to start how to create the functions. So go to the new project and create a function example. Remember that function is a small code or a large code, whatever you can say. Use a code of collection which can be reusable at any time. And for this thing I am going to use function example here. You can create functions to make your programs in a small chunks or codes so that it can be reusable at any time. Our project was started. So here is our program started. Now we are going to create a function, but first of all I want to explain that static void main is also a function. So some function is having a very great importance in the in any object oriented programming. So suppose we are going to make a function to create a function we use the following. For the first thing is the void. We will explain that the void means that no data will be returned from this function. So I am going to take void display info, and here it's a two small brackets, and after that two curly brackets are here. Remember that display info is the name of my function, and you can take any display result, whatever the name is there, you can do that. Remember that there's a difference between class and a function. A main function is that after function there are two small parentheses was there, but in after the class no parentheses was there. We will discuss the class in the after few lectures. Here we want to display something console dot write please enter your first number, for example, and we will get the values from the users, for example integer number, and we will get the value convert dot to integer and get the value from the user console dot read line. Similarly I just copy it and use this please enter your second number. Okay, let's suppose when we will call this thing, okay, now we can create another result is equal to number plus number 2, and console dot write line concatenated with result. Okay, now we call this program in our main function. So I'm just writing the display result, sorry, display result. So we have an error. Just go and check that. Void program dot display result, an object reference is required the non-static field. So we will, it means that the function will remain static during this program. So we use the keyword static. We will explain the static in detail in the next lectures. So just use static here and just run this program. This display result function will call the uh, the main display result function, and this is a method to call the function here. Okay, you can see that please enter your first number. I am entering 35, 36, and the result was there. Now, what is the difference between normal coding, or you can say structured programming, and the function writing that? Uh, I will call it again and again, and so I don't need to write this code once again. Call the method once again. Display result, and here I will use console dot read line to hold the screen. So just start it, and you can see that the first time it will be here. I'm using the value 78, 36, and once again the function will repeat 77 and 38. You can see that there's a difference. So in this way you can call the method, and now we will use the method with the arguments in the next lectures, but we have to carry on it. So suppose I'm going to make another function, and I'm using static, and the return type of the method will be a sum. Method is integer, so it means that this function will result me some result. Return result. Okay, I will create integer and some result. Okay, and this will return type. When you give the result type, then it means that you will give the return type with the same type, and that will not be null, so you should be initializing it with some value. And if I'm using the return type with double, something like double, then the return type should be return type with the double. Okay, now we are going to learn how to get the values in the functions. For we are going to get number 1 and integer number 2. These integer number 1 and integer number 2 with the data types is known as the parameters of the functions. So if we call the function, then we will need to pass this function, and we will get the values here. So sum result, I am getting the sum result is equal to number 1 plus number 2 here. Okay, and now we will run this program, and I make this program type integer, and then I will change into the double to check the errors or the other things. Now here we will get the values like integer number 1 for the method, like 71, and integer number 2 is equal to 12. Now we will call the function, and that was integer result is equal to, and we will call the function sum, and in the sum function we will transfer the values, and here we will call it the arguments here, and you can see that we can use, and okay, first of all I will place the values and then check it out, 25 and 36, something like that. Okay, now we will display the values. Console dot write line the result from the new function plus result. Okay, and I will use console read write line control X at the end of our program. So we'll run program, and I just want to comment this. So let's see. You can see that the values are passing from the function, and it will show the result to 61. So you can see that 25 and adding the 36 is here. Similarly, you can also pass the values in the form of the arguments, something like this. Result is equal to sum, and here I will place the variable number 1 and number 2. So you can see that we can use a reusable code, so we don't perform any mathematical addition program here. So function has very importance in the any programming language, so you can define the functions with different ways and values. You can see that the function is working nicely. And suppose if we have a return type integer, not integer, it's double, then what happened? Did our program run? You can see that our program was not running correctly, because it will show errors, because the result type we have returned values will be integers. So that's why I am just using this thing very well. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and please subscribe our channel for further videos, and thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.